Hi there, folks. This is Shades again. It's time for our second example of Dr. Lisle's mistakes while trying to show the blunders in reasoning by atheists. Dr. Lisle's second example is about the term theory. The term is often misused in everyday usage. He claims that even the scientists misuse it. Let's hear his next example of equivocation.
People say, here's another one that comes up all the time. Evolution is a theory, sure, but so is gravity. Right? And you believe in gravity, don't you? So they're trying to say, well, you'd be silly not to believe in evolution because it's just like gravity. That's an equivocation because they're using the word theory in two different senses. Evolution is a theory in the sense that it's not proved. But when they talk about gravity being a theory, actually gravity is more than a theory, it's a law. But in any case, they're talking about theory in the scientific sense of something that's been established over and over and is verified by experimentation. Now, that's not true of evolution. No. You can't demonstrate that in a laboratory, certainly not. And so they're equivocating on that particular word. Very common fallacy.
So, premise 1, evolution is a theory. Premise 2, gravity is a theory. 3, conclusion. You believe in gravity, so you should believe in evolution. Lisle claims that the term theory is used here in two different meanings. When used in association with gravity, it is used correctly, because gravity is not even just a theory, it's a law. But when it is used in the context of evolution, it means something that is not backed up by evidence, and is thus only a guess. Evolutionary theory, in this sense, means something unproven. He says, it is certainly not something you can prove in a lab. He actually creates this equivocation fallacy himself, thus performing a straw man fallacy. Theory is a model that explains the observed phenomena. In spite of what Dr. Lisle says, it means the same thing in both these premises. We have made observations about gravity, and Mr. Newton formed a theory to put those observations in a nutshell. His theory is so good that it predicts what happens time after time in certain circumstances. That is why it's called a law of gravity. Evolutionary theory is a model that explains the mechanics of evolution. It cannot be law-like, because evolution is not a deterministic phenomenon. Evolutionary theory has enormous explanatory power. All the evidence we have fits the theory. The biggest blunder in Dr. Lisle's argumentation is that after he has accused the evolutionary biologists of misleading personification of mindless concepts, he himself argues misleadingly that the concept theory means something else than it ever means in a scientific context. Please, Mr. Lisle, stop teaching the wrong definition of that important term to the people that are influenced by you. By the way, evolution is a fact. This has been established both in natural environment and in laboratories all over the world. Just check what the virologists are finding out about so-called junk DNA in our genome, or evolution of HIV, or how vaccinations work. Jason Lisle is clearly not a biologist. I am. He has a weird opinion of what the biologists are specialists about, but I will get to that later. Bye now.